I'm in LA trick. What is going on? I'm in Los Angeles, coming to the tail end of my summer visit trip, and just ruminating about all the things that got done out here, watch related, etc. related, value of time related. I am rocking the Seiko Alpinist GMT white dial limited edition, courtesy of More Fine Jewelers. Derek hooked me up with an amazing price on this piece, and for me it was my favorite of the colorways, and it was also limited. I don't know why they did a limited with it, but the white dial with the blue accented hands is fairly gorgeous. And it's been a proper travel companion. Just when you think they couldn't make the Alpinist any better, they went and they done it. I think adding a GMT complication to the Alpinist was genius. The maestros at Seiko, well done, y'all. Fairly good travel watch, and it even has a justified date, meaning it's at the 4 o'clock position, but it's not on angle, which I really love too. So they knocked it out of the park. I'm staying with G Money and family, and so I'm getting sick because one of the babies brought something home from daycare. I don't know how all young parents do it, not just the management of home life, spouse life, marriage life, work life, kid life. Because when your babies are sick, dang, invariably you're getting sick. And then trying to balance household and work and everything. God bless y'all. And if you're a single parent, I can't even scratch at the surface. So I hope y'all get the strength to keep on doing it and doing it and doing it well. I'm heading across town to one of my favorite eateries out here, Sanchez Taqueria. Gosh, I love the food out here. I love some of the people out here. There's a lot. There's way too many people out here, way too many cars, way congested. I have been contemplating a move back to the Los Angeles basin for some time now. I don't know if that's going to be happening. It's like way overcrowded out here now. As I've said in the past, I miss LA the way it was when I used to live here, which is also to say I'm missing the halcyon days of my youth. Not quite a midlife crisis, but do I miss Los Angeles or do I miss my life when I lived here and was young and having fun? I think it's probably the latter. Usually when I go on one of these trips, I justify the expense by grabbing a boatload of footage, and I got some, not the normal amount I would be rocking for 4 weeks of travel, but got some good ones. Haven't shot one video with G yet, not one. He's been so busy at work. Can't seem to carve out any time. It's all good. This trip was, to be fair, actually marked by tremendous partnership opportunities. Like so many partnership deals connecting and reaffirming relationships and having touch bases. I was up in San Francisco, I was out in Las Vegas. Hobby of Hours, LLC, finally gained admission into IWJG as a bona fide member, which means I can go to those watch dealer shows as a buyer. So that's going to help me with my buying for my collecting. As I've said, I'm not looking to turn pro dealer. I am going to sell watches from time to time, and whether it's for my collection or if I find a fairly good buy low, sell high opportunity, I'm going to take it. But if I ever present something in an episode, you will know what I'm doing with it, because you have to have transparency, because that's the only way you have trust, right? The watches I review. Come on. Gosh, alley drivers. The The watches I review are either my own or borrowed from friends or lent in. Gosh, this driver. Or lent in from one of the channel partners, chiefly Moyer Fine Jewelers out of Carmel, Indiana. And we got some other partnerships going in that realm as well. I visited, well, before I get to that, I went downtown to Los Angeles Jewelry Watch District, which in the past I've somewhat bemoaned it, and that prices were high, couldn't find anything, yada, yada, yada. It's probably about a half to a third of the size of what's going on in New York, or maybe even a quarter. I kind of don't know. I haven't fully explored New York, but I'm dying to after this experience, because I had a good experience on this one. I actually found a watch and bought it. I wasn't looking to buy watches while I'm out here, but couldn't pass it up. Titus Calypsomatic. And I'm going to dedicate a whole separate video to that watch, because I've been chasing that one for literally years. And it's more or less a late 60s Submariner homage, to be fair. Look alike, act alike. It even has Mercedes hands. But I adore it. I used to have one. But I'm going to save the deets on that. Another LA driver. I am going to save the details on that for its full video and share some footage of the cool shop and the owner that I had some fun interactions with. Should have videoed the whole thing. It was pretty cool. We had fun. And then when I got back from my tour de force, I went in to, forgot, at IWJG, I was hanging with John from Second Time Around Watch Company, because he went out to that show as well. And he was kind of showing me the ropes, giving me the ropes, leading me around. We went through the show. Couldn't shoot a lot inside, couldn't shoot anything inside, to be fair, because they say that you can. I walked in with all of my camera rigs set, like, you can't shoot in here. And, part of it is for security reasons, part of it is for sign off and releases, yada, yada, yada. But the challenge with that is I want to be able to share those shows with you so you can see what's going on the inside. And I made some strong connections with the leadership of IWJG, so I'm hoping that as they get to know me as more of as a business, in a business sense, and as a content creator, that they'll loosen some of the reins a little bit for me to do some shooting at some upcoming shows. But John and I were hanging out. We grabbed a bite to eat. Thank you for your time, sir. And John's super cool. He was teaching me the ins and outs and kind of guided me, introduced me to some of his known good sellers there. And he pointed out some of the the not as good ones. So it's kind of like navigating the waters, and you're going to have that in any business setting. But John's freaking brilliant, and it was I got to ride side saddle with him whenever he bought a handful of watches for the shop. And it was just cool to watch him work. That's part of the reason I joined is education, whether it's learning by experience or meeting the dealers and gaining knowledge rather, as opposed to out and out buying. Now I'm not on a buying spree right now, but if I had been, there was at least 3 or 4 pieces I would have picked up. I'm driving past the lottery sign. I could be a lottery winner. I left my lottery tickets back at the joint. I gotta check those numbers when I get home. I could be like a 300 millionaire right now. But the point is, there's like a Hoyer Octavia, a Tag Hoyer Octavia Joe Siffert that was at a fairly good price. I think he wanted 21 or 2K, which is what I could get it off of Chrono, so I could have probably walked with it for 1.8, especially if I'd been peeling off Crispies, and that would have been a good price on that watch. I wouldn't mind owning that watch. It sounded a little bit large, but like I said, wasn't into a buying spree. But John and I had a great trip. This traffic is absolute murder, like murder. Granted, I'm going from east side to west side and back. But it doesn't matter what time of the day is you're sitting. Just figure on an hour plus. But at the front end of the trip, I went to the Intersect watch show and got to meet like about 10, 12 brands. The two cornerstone brands I basically went there for Christopher Ward and Mark II, Bill Yow's group. And got to speak to the leadership of both. Bill Yow was pretty busy, but I pitched him a couple ideas because one of the aesthetics that Mark II executes on is looking towards vintage Rolex design, bringing it into the modern, and oftentimes improving it by my assessment. Like the Mark II Vantage was a 40 millimeter Explorer they released before Rolex released their 39. So ahead of the curve, and it had a date. But the Mark II LRRP Capstone, which is the one that is an Explorer 2 homage, that one was 42 millimeters. I owned it. I had to move it on. I lost some weight, and it just didn't fit my wrist any longer. And the bezel could rotate, so an improvement over the Explorer 2. ETA movement in there, so solid piece. So it's like, Bill, you have got to release this in 40 millimeter. I would buy two. And I had to tease him a little because of that Project 300 malfeasance a month or so ago where they released another batch. It was an 11 a.m. Eastern time release. I'd been looking forward to it for 2 weeks, and within 30 seconds, gone. I was like, Bill, how many did you actually have that day? And he told me they had 25. And he also said one of the reasons why it's hard to keep that, to do big orders on that, is that the handset is very difficult to manufacture because of all the loom in it. So once he solves for that, he is going to expand the availability of the Project 300, which, if you're not familiar, is a homage to the Omega Seamaster from 67, 68. I own the Watch Co. And I want a Mark II one. So that's what's up. That was fun. I say all that to say it's been a fabulous trip. I love you, LA. It just so happens that there's too many people here. Gosh, I miss LA from the past, for crying out loud. So I guess I'm just grateful. I had a wonderful life out here, and I thought that by potentially moving back, I could recapture that. I no longer think that that's the case. And gosh, some of the people I love the most in the world are out here. It was just really great to spend some time with them. I don't know. We'll see what's in store for the Hobby of Hours Vector in the coming weeks, the coming months. Got some family business I need to tend to. But, I mean, it's not going to interrupt publishing videos. I'm just yapping. Because I'm a load in the car. And, I had a good time. And, if you ever get opportunity to head out this way, oh, you know what? I didn't get to the Rhodium this trip. I might have to divert to the Rhodium. Gosh, I miss the Rhodium. I miss the Babusada. Pasale, pasale, pasale. Cheap, 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 cheap. I love the callers at the Rhodium. All right, this is your boy D signing off from Los Angeles. About to get on the fly. Keep your eyes peeled for some fun LA videos. Hope you enjoy them. And I hope that wherever you are on this wonderful, beautiful hobby of ours, you are doing well. You are blessed. You're rocking some fun watches and getting the most out of your life. It goes so quick. And hope that you are blessed. We will catch you in the next one. Peace. If you'd like to support the channel, head over to hobbyofhours.com. We've got artwork, coffee mugs, hats, t-shirts, and even a watch book. 1001 Watch Designs, Volume 1. Over 1,000 designs in here. Steampunk, super futuristic, kaleidoscope, even super real ones, watches that you could probably put on your wrist today. It's a great way to support the channel. Thanks for coming along on the ride. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. That watch of fire, that watch of fire. Let it burn!